Now, contraction rules. Now, what happens? You have let's use phileo as an example. You have phileo. So what is the stem? The stem is up to here, philae. So it ends with epsilon. Now our target is to produce, or actually to form, the first person and second, third person singular and plural form of phileo in the imperfect indicative active form. So, what does the indicative require you to do in room one? An epsilon, right? Yes. Does the word we have begin with a vowel or with a consonant? With a consonant. Phi is a consonant. So we have our stem. So what does the stem end with? The stem end with, or the stem has an ending in a vowel, epsilon. Then what is this one? This one, and of course we have skipped one room, room 3, which would have required us to supply or provide the sign of tense, but in this case for the imperfect we don't need it. So here you have the ending. So the first person singular ending is on. So what is the result? Now epsilon plus philae plus on. So you see the red alphabets, like the red letter. This is epsilon and this is omicron. So what is that? What is going on here? The epsilon of the stem and the omicron of the ending, they will form a different uh, what I mean, let me put it this way. They will change the form of the verb. Now, epsilon plus omicron will give you oun, the diphthong oun. Look at this one. So the result is ephleon, not eon. It is ephlon. Ephlon. I was loving. The same rule applies here. Epsilon, philae. So epsilon plus omicron with the ending here, ephleomen. We were losing. So do this by going back to your lesson 2 and checking on page 5 of the note. So the idea is this. When the stem ends with a vowel, and then you have another vowel, what happens is the contraction between these two vowels will result in a different form. So epsilon plus epsilon gives you a. So if lays, and then epsilon plus epsilon again a. And look at this one, epsilon plus omicron own. So that's how the process works. So my encouragement is for you to work through this, look at it. The contraction concept should be a number one emphasis for you for this lesson. And so what we just saw has to do is the verbs that whose stems are ending with an epsilon. Now the other form is, how about when the stem ends with an alpha? Still we have another rule for contraction. So alpha plus omicron will result with the long O vowel, that is omega. So ison. And alpha plus epsilon, what happens is if you have an alpha and then an epsilon, the two contracted give you the result of an alpha itself. So alpha plus epsilon and alpha, so asas, and then again an alpha plus an epsilon, an alpha, so asan, and then this rule applies. So you can see the contraction here, O R O, so the alpha plus omicron, O, that is like the omega, the long vowel. Then, of course, with the omicron, we have the verbs that end, whose stems end with an omicron. Then you will have omicron plus omicron gives you the O diphthong, and then omicron plus epsilon, the same, and omicron plus epsilon, again, the same O diphthong. And of course, this is a beautiful one, omicron plus omicron. So, mostly it is easier if you works with the rules. So my encouragement for you is to go to lesson 2 and on page 5, revise or review the contraction rules. So now let's recap. What have we been looking at? We've been looking at the imperfect indicative active form. And we've said it has a different ending from all the other tenses that we have seen so far. But like the first aorist, it shares an augment. It has an augment, sorry. And like the present tense, it doesn't have the sign of tense. And we also talked about the rules of the lengthening when when a verb begins with a consonant, or if it begins with a consonant, it is easier. You can just prefix the epsilon. But if it begins with a vowel, let's say an alpha, an eta, an omicron, then what you need to do is, instead of adding the epsilon as a characteristics of the past tense, then you just need to lengthening it. And of course, we also mentioned that the rules for verb contractions also apply to the imperfect tense. Good. I hope you will catch this and enjoy it. Of course, it looks more technical, but you will enjoy it. So don't worry, you will enjoy it. So thank you so much. Then after you are done with this one, then you really need to go to the second lesson and watch the second lesson. After you do that, there are some exercises for you to reinforce the concepts that has been introduced to you. The exercises are very helpful, so do the exercises after you watch the second video. So, shall we go to the second video? Let's go. How do you go there? You just need to scroll down or whatever and just click on the video that has the title, The Second Aorist in Indicative Mood and in the Active Voice. See you there. Thank you so much.